All right, welcome back to our second installation of our lovely e-learning days. I have a couple notes before we start. I'm going to get right into the notes so you have ample time to finish the work in time before class is over today. All right, so first, notes from the first day. Attendance. Attendance was good. I think I got everyone here in one way or another, but let's make sure that once you read the announcement, you just comment here. It's easy for me. I could just go through, check off who's here, who's not, and just be done with it. So make sure under the announcement, you just say here. If you're having any issues, just go ahead and send me an email, as some of you did, which is perfect. Okay, next. This video, if you noticed at all, is usually posted before class. So if you're someone that's struggling with time, saying that this is not enough time for me to finish my work, right? The video will be posted beforehand. If you feel like just watching it once before class and looking through the notes and filling it out beforehand, feel free to do that. So if you just want to subscribe or something so that you get notifications when I post new stuff, you can do that. Obviously, don't watch the geometry videos, algebra only. Okay, turn in. You should see all your grades from the first assignment. Please, please, please read my feedback. I gave everybody feedback, even if it was just like a good job. I gave you feedback, and you probably got a notification. So make sure you read that. Don't just submit and then never come back to this Canvas page again until the next class. Right? The only way I can give you feedback is via Canvas. So please read my feedback, try and make corrections. I give you guys some suggestions on things to do to help you, okay? Also, when we turn our documents, let's try and make it one document instead of 3 separate picture files. So one way to do that is just take the pictures and copy and paste them into a single Notability document and then turn in the assignment from Notability. And also, let's try and make sure our pictures aren't sideways. You probably got some of my notes that were on there sideways. I think it's just because your screens are locked or whatever. If you take a picture, just make sure the picture's upright when you upload it. Let's try and get that into one document. Okay. Our next class is going to be a Zoom conference, okay, where I'm going to answer any questions we have from 9.2b, which was our last lesson, in 9.3, which is today. So if you have any questions that are not being answered by me or your peers, talk to your friends. Try and figure it out beforehand. It'll be helpful for all of us. But if you have any questions beyond that, we're going to Zoom conference, and I get to see all your pretty little faces for the first time in a while. So that'll be next week. We'll do that Zoom conference. And then after the Zoom conference, I'll have a little review, and then it'll be a homework quiz at the end of class, and that'll be the day. Okay, so that'll be our next assignment. All right, so let's get started with today, which is going to be 9.3, solving systems by elimination. This is the last way. We've done graphing. That was back when we were in school. We did a couple days of substitution, which was the last lesson, and now 9.3 is elimination. So let's talk about what elimination is going to be. All right, so worksheet 9.3. Step 1 is actually kind of irrelevant for this homework. It says write the system so that like terms are aligned. All of them will be aligned for this assignment. So what that means is that you'll notice how the x's are directly above each other. They're aligned. The y's are above each other. The constants are above each other, right? So that's what it means when it says make sure all the variables are aligned. And you'll notice in every example today, they are, right? X's, y's, constants. All right, so that's step 1. Done for us. Easy enough. 2 is going to be, well, where elimination gets its namesake. We are going to eliminate one of the variables by adding, okay? So what that means, if you look at these two equations, imagine it like a math flashcard. You guys remember those flashcards when you're probably learning math? If I gave you a flashcard like this, right, you would know, oh, 6 plus 4 is 10, right? So that's adding. Of course, we know what that is. So how it's going to be for elimination today is, imagine instead of just a 6 and a 4, it was something like this. Okay? We're just going to add up and down. I don't know, plus 2. I'm just making these up. This is made up. Don't write this. Don't write this. This is made up. Okay? And we're going to add kind of like this, right? So instead of 6 plus 4, it's actually 6x plus 4x, and that'd be like 10x. And we can go down the line. We don't need to do that, though. It's just an example. All right, so let's look back at number 1. It says eliminate a variable by adding. So imagine this is a math flashcard, right? I'm going to put my plus out here. Here's my line. You just add straight up and down. What is, well, negative 3x plus 3x? 0x, right? So that is elimination. I just showed you your first elimination. 0x cancels. Negative 3x plus 3x is just 0. It's gone. That is elimination. In every problem on this worksheet, our first step is going to be to either set it up so the equations eliminate or just go ahead and add and eliminate one of the variables. In this case, the x's eliminate. There will be examples where the y's eliminate. It doesn't matter which you eliminate first. So in this case, the x's eliminate. Then I have 6y and y. That's going to give me 7y, right? 6 plus 1 is 7. And then the last one, 6 plus 22 is 28. Okay, now look at this. We're pretty much done. Solve for y. You know, how do I solve for y here? Oh, divide by 7. Oof, hard. There we go. Y is 4. Okay, so all the problems are pretty much going to break down like that. You just add straight up and down, and one of the variables will eliminate. Okay, so y is 4, and now, I mean, we know how to solve for x. This is the same step that it's been. Right, now I'll use green again. Choose one of the original equations. I'm going to choose the one that has no negatives, right, 3x and y, and just plug in. 3x plus, what is y? 4. Make sure I plug it in right this time. Don't make any mistakes. Okay. 3x plus 4 equals 22. Subtract 4 from both sides, right? And we're rolling. This part, I'm not going to sit here and explain this part. This part's been the same the whole chapter. Okay, the green part is no different than it has been. X is 6, y is 4, and we're out of here. Make sure you put the right order. X has to go first. This is an XY ordered pair. I saw a couple people last class mixing up the little order, right? X goes first, always. It doesn't matter which one you solve for first. X goes first. Oops. X goes first, and then y. All right. 2. Okay. Here's my line. Put a big plus sign out here. All right. And then you just add straight up and down. What is x? Oh, gosh. What is x plus negative x? Elimination. It's gone. Then I have negative 6y plus 5y. That's negative 1y equals, and then 5 plus negative 3, or 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay. And last step will just be to divide. If you know, these will be even much shorter than the elimination problems. You know, you're done here. This is y, right? Solving x is easy. Go in, pick an equation, one of the originals, right? If you have work on it, ignore anything else you did to it. Just pick one of the originals. I guess I'll go with the top one. X minus 6. Y is negative 2 equals 5. So we have x negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. Okay, and then when I subtract 12 from both sides, I should get a negative 7. So x is negative 7, y is negative 2. All right. And that's elimination. So there's our first two. We eliminated, got rid of one of the variables. They happen to both be the x's. And the next one, I think the next two actually will end up eliminating the y's. But we have to do something first. I'll show you. Okay. Here we go. Number 3. Now, the issue with number 3, if I try to eliminate it, if I try to do my big addition problem right off the bat, you'll notice, well, nothing eliminates. Negative 2 and negative 5 is negative 7x. 3 and 3, although it looks like it might eliminate, it doesn't, does it? 3 and 3 is 6. equal, and then obviously 12 and 21. Okay, so actually we cannot start this one just by eliminating. We have to do something first. I'm going to show you what we can do here in purple. If there's no elimination at the start, what you can do without technically changing the equation is I can actually multiply either one or both of the equations by any number I want, as long as I multiply that number by all of the terms in the equation. Here's what I mean. I can rewrite this equation, this top one. I can rewrite it differently and multiply everything by, I'm just making up a number here, 3. Don't write this down. Don't write this down. I'm doing an example here. Okay, if I multiply everything in here by 3, kind of like distribution, I can rewrite this equation like this. I multiplied every number by 3. That's a 36. Okay, so actually this purple equation is just this same equation on the top, just multiplied by 3. Okay, so we can do that. Unfortunately, multiplying by 3 doesn't help me at all because I didn't get any elimination, did I? All right, let's see. -5 and -6, that doesn't eliminate. 3 and 9, that doesn't eliminate. So if I can't eliminate a variable, it's kind of pointless. But the exercise was not for nothing. What could I multiply this top equation by in order to get elimination? Okay, so if I looked, well, the x's don't really look that similar, right? -2 and -5. But look at these. These are so close, 3 and 3. How could I change this top, this one right here, so that it eliminates? What could I multiply positive 3 by to get -3? -1, right? If I multiply 3y by -1, I get -3y, and that means that the y's, if I were to add these, would eliminate. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rewrite this top equation, but multiply everything by -1. And you have to multiply everything by -1. You can't just multiply this 3y. So -1, -2 is now positive 2x, right? I already did -1 times, get rid of these. So -1 and -2x is 2x. -1 and 3y is -3y. And last, -1 times 12 is -12. Oops. And now I'm ready to eliminate. So sometimes you have to do this first step where you multiply one or both of the equations by a number of your choosing. I chose this number. It's not like it has to be -1 every time. I chose -1 because now when I do my math, my big addition problem, I get elimination. So first, -5 and 2x is -3x, but 3y and -3y eliminates. Perfect. Now we're rolling. Okay, there should only be, in this step that I write in red, there should only be one variable. One has to eliminate. And how we eliminate, if you haven't noticed yet, is that I just need opposites here, right? 3y and -3y. Back here, what was it? And again, -3x and 3x. X and -x. So I need opposites in order to eliminate. So I have 3y and -3y, elimination. Equals, and that's going to be a 9, I believe. And solve. One step. Divide by -3. There's my x, and then you plug in and get your y. Gotta get all this goofy stuff out here. Choose one of the originals, so the black ink, right? I have all this other stuff. I'm just going to erase it just so I can see. Choose one. I don't know. This top one looks easy. All right. -2. That's going to be a -3 plus 3y equals 12. Oh, no. Yeah, it does. 12. Okay. 6, 3y, 12. -6, both sides. And divide by 3. So x -3, y 2. I like it. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing for 4. Same thing for 4. And remember, guys, if I'm moving too fast for you or whatever, like, you can, this is a video, right? You can pause it, take your time, write in the notes. Obviously, you don't take too much time, but I'm going to kind of learn to move faster here because I realize you can just pause the video at any time. Okay, so here, do I have elimination? No. These don't eliminate. These don't eliminate, but the y's are pretty darn close, aren't they? Those are close. Kind of just like the last one. I'm going to take the top one, and I'm going to rewrite it as well, it's really the same equation, just multiplied by a number, right? And I'm going to multiply all those by a -1. So I get positive 10x, negative 3y, and that's going to be positive 24. So when I'm adding, the two equations I'm adding now are here, right? Here and here. I'm not doing anything with this top one that I just reordered, okay? Sorry, rewrote as being multiplied by -1 down the bottom here. So I'm just adding these two equations, the purple and the black. Okay, so negative 5x plus 10x is 5x. There's my elimination. I can't move on if I do not eliminate one of the variables, and they eliminate by being opposites. And uh-oh, I got another elimination, kind of, but I'm going to fill in a 0 there. Negative 24 and 24 is 0. This is not a special case. Divide both sides by 5. X is just a 0. 0 doesn't mean special. 0 is a number. Okay, it's going to make this next part real easy, because now I'm going to plug in for x. I don't know, choose the bottom one. Why not? Okay. But when I rewrite it, you know, okay, negative 5, 0, plus 3y equals negative 24. Negative 5 and 0 is 0. And there we have it. I believe that is going to be a negative 8. All right, x is 0, y is negative 8. Yahoo. All right, and that's stage 2. Okay, so we're through 4 here. You should have seen it in the announcement, but obviously we're only going to do evens past this point. So when we get here, we're just going to evens. Okay, and let me do 5 and 6. Okay. Now, if I look at this, right, again, there's no elimination. The y's and the x's do not eliminate. There's no opposites. Those aren't opposites. Those aren't opposites. So I have to multiply one of these equations by a number so that I get elimination. So look at the variables. Look at these. Look at these. Is there anything I can multiply one of the equations by so that I get elimination? Look at those x's. The y's, a little trickier. You could, but I'm not going to cover that quite yet. These x's, what could I multiply? Oops, what could I multiply this by in order to make it the opposite of this, right? What's the opposite of 10x? Negative 10x. What can I multiply negative 2 by to get negative 10? And whatever number that is, you multiply everything by it, right? So that number should be 5. 5 multiplied by all of these. Okay, so I'm going to actually rewrite both. I'm going to rewrite the top one just so they're next to each other. So 10x minus 7y equals negative 21. I just rewrote this guy. And then I'm going to rewrite the bottom one, but this time multiplying everything by 5. Plus 10y equals, well, 5 times 0 is still 0. All right, and eliminate. And now the steps are the same. Steps are the same. X's eliminate this time. Could be y's next time. All right, there we go. Negative 7, I believe. Okay, and then choose your plug-in. I'm going to do the bottom one. So negative 2x plus 2 negative 7 equals 0. So negative 2x minus 14 equals 0. How fun. X and Y both equal -7. Can't mess up this final answer. They are the same. -7, -7. All right, last one. Last one. Okay, I'm going to change. Let's look at it. You know, just look at those X's. 6 is a multiple of 3. So I can multiply 3 by a number to make it 6. Just make sure the signs are opposites. They're already opposites. So I don't have to change the sign. I'm just going to multiply by 2. Multiply everything by 2. There's my elimination. The X's will eliminate. And then I'll have to do a little something to find Y. Equals -18. All right. And we eliminate. Boom. All right. And that's it. So I'm going to finish this out. But that's pretty much going to be the end of my notes here. Y is -1. 3x minus 6, y is -1, equals -9. 3x plus 6 is -9. 3x equals -15. X is -5. Okay, please watch, and I should have said this earlier, probably people already logged off. Please watch these to the end. I give you little notes at the end to make sure you guys are doing everything you need to do right. Okay, the rest of these should be evens. So at the end here, all right, we have numbers 8 and 10, I think, are already set up for you. So just eliminate, you're ready to go. You don't have to multiply by anything. Just do your elimination, X's eliminate, right? 10, X's eliminate again. Starting on number 12, we do not have elimination. These do not eliminate. They're not opposites. Those are the same. -5 and -5 is -10. So I need to multiply maybe this top equation by -1, maybe. Right, and that'd give me positive 5y, and then they'd eliminate. Okay, so 12 and 14, and then 16, 18 will all kind of be the same. Okay, so there's 2 examples, like numbers 1 and 2. 8 and 10, it's already set up. 12 and 14, you're going to have to multiply by -1 to one of them. And then 16 and 18, you need to choose a number to multiply by. Maybe it's 2, 3, 4, so that you have one of the variables eliminating. Okay, 16, I'm guessing you're going to choose that one. Uh-oh. I should probably do that. I'm not going to tell you. You can probably figure it out. But when I try and eliminate for 16... Oh, wait. No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. You're good. Okay. Good luck. If you have any questions or anything's going on, drop it in the discussion, right? And I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Good luck, and I'll see you guys in person next week.